One look at you, my whole life falls in line. I prayed for you before I called you mine. Oh, I can't believe it's true sometimes. Oh, I can't believe it's true. I get to love you. It's the best thing that I'll ever do. I get to love you. It's a promise I'm making to you. Whatever may come, your heart I will choose. Forever I'm yours, forever I do.
Dan and Monica welcome you to their town, Orlando, the town where they met, in this lovely garden with Lake Windsong in the background. And could you have asked for any better weather on this beautiful day? A day where we have all come from near and from far for one singular purpose, and that's to celebrate Dan and Monica's love for each other and witness that expression of that love in front of all of us. Some of you are family and have consistently provided Dan and Monica with love, support, and guidance for a long time, providing them that deep, solid foundation that they have relied upon in times of need. Others may be old friends like myself or relatively new friends, and we have been lucky to share with Dan and Monica their infectious laughter, their zeal for life, and their generous spirits. And there are probably some of you out there who are, as plus ones, getting to meet them for the first time. Welcome, and don't worry, I guarantee you're in for a good time. If it's one thing Dan and Monica know how to do is throw a great party. Yeah. We've all been lucky to share a part of their lives in one way or another at some time or another. But today, together, we get to share this wonderful moment with them. And while ostensibly this day is primarily about Dan and Monica, as it should be, it's actually bigger and better than that. They aren't only getting married to each other, they are officially becoming a family. Dan and Monica, Connor and AJ, Maya and Alex. Connor and Maya, I sure hope you like Dan as much as I do. Speaking of family, it is often on a joyous occasion like today when we miss those no longer with us the most. And I'm sorry, Dan, that your father Dennis is not here with you, and your mother and your brother and sister, to share this day with you and your new family. I always remember your father having this little twinkle in his eye, usually a mischievous one, but I know your father's eyes would be sparkling brighter than usual today out of pure happiness for you. If he were here, I can imagine that he and Monica would have gotten into all sorts of trouble today. So we are all here together today because you, Dan, and you, Monica, fell in love totally by chance. And with every good love story, there are some interesting plot twists. So for those of you who don't know how they met, I'm going to give you a quick synopsis. It was a dark, rainy, dare I say moody, tropical night. Two men walk into a cool, trendy Italian restaurant in Winter Park. This is Dan and his friend Mark. Both are exceptionally handsome, well-coiffed men. At around the same time, two strikingly beautiful women also walk in. That would be Jenya and Monica. They survey the room, but it's really crowded and there's only one seat left at the end of the bar. So Jenya stands at the end of the bar, which doesn't bother her well because she looks more attractive standing anyway. This leaves Monica to sit at the bar next to those two handsome men. And as Monica looks at them, she immediately says to herself, "Oh, wow, what a nice looking gay couple." Yes, that is Monica's first impression of Dan, that he's cute, but off limits for women. And I don't know if any of you have heard Dan sing along to the Smiths, but you can't really blame her for thinking that. So yeah, that's how they met, and that's how this whole thing started. So it turns out that because Dan and Monica are, shall we say, very extroverted people, the two started talking at the bar. And this earned Monica the nickname of Drunken Psychic. She not only guessed his astrological sign, but she also guessed his profession. So maybe it was kismet, or maybe Monica has a new future, a new career opportunity as a fortune teller. Okay, let's cut to 2 hours later. Dan is accompanying Monica to another bar, Dexter's, where they don't dance together, no. They don't get to know each other better, no. This is when Dan meets half of Monica's family. Dan's not daunted whatsoever. All right, now we cut to 24 hours later. From that point on, the two are on the phone every night, talking to each other for hours every night. You all know those early days of romance. You just can't get enough of each other. Everything the other person says is so exciting. Cut to 3 days later, Dan is in South Carolina for work. They're on the phone, though, together that evening, but at the end of the conversation, Monica says to Dan, you know what I think? I think you should date other women. Now, that's not the advice I would normally give a guy I was interested in, but that's our Monica, and look how well it turned out. I actually remember Dan calling me during this time, and he was wondering, why do I need to date other women when all I want is Monica? So now, cut to 5 years later, and here we are. It turns out Dan isn't gay. Though he's still well-coiffed and handsome. But Monica is simply the one. All right, as I said before, you two fell in love by chance. But you are here today because you are making a choice. You both are choosing each other. You've chosen to be with someone who enhances you, who makes you think, makes you smile, who challenges you to grow, but who also makes every day brighter. As marriage, most of us understand it to be voluntary and a full commitment. Before you declare your vows to one another, we are going to need for you to confirm that it is indeed your intention to get married today. Monica and Dan, do you present yourselves willingly and of your own accord to be joined in marriage?
Yes.
I do.
Will you promise to care for each other in the joys and sorrows of life, come what may, and to share the responsibility of growth and enrichment of each other?
I do.
Great. That's good. Monica and Dan, with your friends and family as witnesses, you will now share your vows. Dan will go first.
Monica, you are my best friend, the love of my life. I thank my guardian angel every day that they brought us together at the perfect time, right when neither one of us is ready or looking for the other, but probably when we needed each other the most. It was a bumpy road along the way since that day. We had some demons to overcome and some past issues. And like you like to say, I had to get a stick out of my bum. But you've made me a better version of me. And although it was the harder road we chose to do it together. And thank you. But that day, the guardian angel didn't only bless me with you, I was blessed with a family in Connor and Maya. When we first dated, I would join in with them when they would lovingly tease you and joke with you at your expense.
Yes.
Well, that quickly turned to them lovingly teasing me and joking with me. That's when I knew they accepted me. They've given me a sense of purpose and love that I have never known until now, and I have you to thank for that. I promise to protect them, support them, and love them as their stepdad. I only ask that maybe we change that title, because it's going to be way too easy for them to tease me with that. As your husband, I vow to cherish you and love you in good days and bad, to protect you and comfort you in sickness and in health. And yes, in front of everyone, I will acknowledge that I have seen the video and I know what I'm getting into. I also promise to check the date on the dairy products before purchasing and to close the bathroom door while you're getting ready. But more than anything, I promise to love you and only you until my days are no more.
I want to kiss him. It's going to be hard to follow. Can everybody hear me? No? Let me get a little closer. How's that? Daniel, I am home. In you I have found my kindred spirit and my booty dance partner. Your kind patience and loving heart has brought me peace, comfort, and happiness. Yes, our story is about a chance meeting on a rainy night. It is a story of how I thought you were on a date with Mark. It is a story of how you accepted me, my children, my disability, and even stinky little Winston. It is a story of how your love for me grew into a love for Connor and Maya. It is a story about two injured people taking the hard road to happiness and healing, but without each other would have never traveled so far or reached so high. Our love for one another pushed and challenged us like we had never been challenged before. In the end, neither one of us committed a homicide, and we became the best versions of ourselves. As we move forward as husband and wife, I promise to remain a safe place for you to find rest and peace from the world, a place you can be rejuvenated and heal when needed, a place where you will feel safe, understood, accepted, supported, and loved. I promise to be faithful and loyal to you for all of my days.
Lovely. Sweet. Now we have a couple more things to do before we get to the really good part, the kiss. Next is up the exchanging of the rings. Scott, can I have these? Thank you.
Who's first? Dan's first.
Weddings are the outward and visible signs of the inward and invisible ties that bond your two hearts in love. Dan, would you please place the ring on Monica's finger and repeat after me? Monica, I give you this ring.
Monica, I give you this ring.
Wear it with love and joy.
Wear it with love and joy.
As this ring has no end,
As this ring has no end,
my love is also forever.
my love is also forever.
Monica, would you please place the ring on Dan's finger and repeat after me? Dan, I give you this ring.
Dan, I give you this ring.
Wear it with love and joy.
Wear it with love and joy.
As this ring has no end,
As this ring has no end,
my love is also forever.
my love is also forever.
May the wedding rings you exchange today remind you that you are always surrounded by enduring love. Dan and Monica, yes, you are already holding hands. These hands you're holding today on your wedding day as you promise to love each other today, tomorrow, and forever. These are the hands that will countless times wipe tears from your eyes, tears of joy, tears of sorrow. These are the hands that will passionately love you and cherish you through the years. These are the hands that will help hold your family together as one through adversity. And these are the hands that will give you strength when you need it. You have been on an adventure together from the day you first met. You've already held each other's hands to help each other through difficult times and help each other be the best you can be. Our wish for you is that you continue to find and bring out the very best in each other. May your love be a lifelong source of excitement, contentment, affection, devotion, and respect for one another. We wish that every day you feel gratitude for your great fortune in having found each other, and that you have many long years to delight in each other's company, and that for us to share in that delight with you. And so now the power vested in me and the state of Florida, it is my honor and absolute pleasure to declare you husband and wife. You may kiss each other.
Was that 3 Mississippi?
I hope so.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm pleased to present the newlyweds, Monica and Dan Green.
Kiss your sky, turn back. So please, 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 let me get what I want this time. Haven't had a dream in a long time. See the life I've had can make a good man bad. So for once in my life, let me get what I want. Lord knows it would be the first time. Lord knows it would be the first time.
Congratulations to our newlyweds, Dan and Monica. Was that a beautiful ceremony today or what? Absolutely gorgeous. So before I start, I'm going to tell you all that Dan told me like 2 days ago I need to keep this down to like 3 minutes. And so what I told Dan is I'm going to talk for a minute for every year that I've known you. And for those of you who do not know, I've known Dan for 34 years, so buckle up. In all seriousness, I first met Dan 34 years ago at the University of Florida. Go get it! I knew there were some gangers here. We met in the dorm. We did not know each other. We actually lived down the hall from each other. And about 6 weeks after getting to know each other, becoming good friends, we decided, not without any planning, that we should be roommates. And the way this happened, my roommate, like many people that showed up at the first day of fall semester, was somebody who was assigned to my room. Nice enough guy, just very different from me. Dan's roommate, we happened to know from high school, but again, nice guy, very different from Dan. One weekend, they both went away. And Dan and I, very impulsively, decided, hey, we should be roommates. And so we proceeded to go to Dan's room and take all of his roommate stuff and move it into my dorm. And to take all of my stuff from my dorm and move it into Dan's. And voila, we were roommates. Now, as Sandy knows and many of the other people in this room know, this was the first of many impulsive and questionable acts that we would do in college. Now, as I look at my children, and I know there are other kids in the room, I won't go any further than that. Other than to say that many people in this room that knew us then would have never expected us to turn out the way we did. Over the years, my relationship with Dan evolved from friends to roommates to what can only be described as family. And if you know Dan for any period of time, you know why that's the case. One of the many things that Dan said to me over the years that really stuck with me was that friends come and go, but you always have family. Now, the reason that really stuck with me is because it not only highlights the fact that Dan highly values his family, but it shows how Dan lives his life. Dan's friends become his family. That's true if you look around this room. And when I first met Monica 5 or 6 years ago, it became abundantly clear to me why the two of you love each other so much. They are such a loving, caring, and empathetic couple. Everything you do together, you show mutual respect and admiration to one another, and that sort of cascades out from the two of you to everybody else. If you look around this room, it is filled with family. Family by birth, family by marriage, and many of us who are just friends who have become family because of the way the two of you live your life. You know, they say your soulmate does not complete you, but complements you. And I think what that means is your soulmate makes you a better person, but also at the same time adds to the relationship. And any of you who have spent any time with Dan and Monica know that they are truly soulmates. If you watch them in terms of how they go about their day, teaming up together to do things together, how they encourage each other to pursue their own individual interests, passions, and interests. And any of you who've talked to Monica about her boating trips with Dan know exactly what I'm talking about. They may not like the interests of each other, but they encourage it. And the physical and mental chemistry is obvious. You two just glow, you shine, and it flows from the two of you to others. It flows around the room. Now, I would be remiss if I did not mention that today we not only got to watch the formal sharing of your vows and the sharing of love between each other, that formal bond that was created today, we also saw the formal expansion of your immediate family. And that is just touching. Your love between the two of you, that mutual respect and admiration flows from the two of you to Maya, to Connor, to your immediate family, and to your extended family. And so I ask all of you to raise your glass and wish Dan and Monica and their lovely family all the best, health, happiness, and love. We love you. Cheers. Cheers. Cheers.
I think he gets a big round of applause. What do you guys think?
So they met one night when they were both out with friends. From what I've heard, they seemed to get along well. Not sure if it was love at first sight, since Mom thought Dan was gay. But, we're here in the end. And I would love to talk about the first time that I met Dan, but unfortunately, I have a horrible memory. And I can only recall that I was at the All-Stars Resort. I'm going to give a brief overlook because I also don't remember a lot of the things that we did together. So I knew Dan before my mom went to live with him, which was good. That's all I remember. He was nice, but I don't think it was until I started staying with them that I became comfortable enough to pick on him. And I think this took me by surprise. But I think now we have fun with it. And ever since they found each other, I've noticed that you've changed a lot. You're happier, and you seem than I've ever seen you when you are able to do things that you weren't able to do before, like going back to school or the PPA. I do remember that there was doubt at times where breaking up or separation was a possibility, but I'm happy that you both stayed through and decided to work it out. Because even when you do argue, it's from a place of love. That love is what brings us here today. She keeps asking me how I feel about you guys getting married and how I feel about you being my stepdad. And I told her that I've already begun dad for a while now to refer to her and you as my kids. It's just a conversation. And you may not have raised me, but I think that over the past couple of years, you've earned the title of dad. I gotta post it. So if we can raise our glass.
Words from the heart from my maid of honor. Let her hear it.
So, just to clarify, that it's nice to know that if I was gay, that I might be able to get a date with someone as sexy as Mark.
Or Mark.
Wow. So, but seriously, in all a few times with two friends that dragged us out a dark, stormy night against our wills. Neither one of us wanted to go out, and I'm so happy they did. We're so happy they did. But I look around the room, and that was just the start. There's so many people here tonight that have helped us along our journey. So thank you all. We would not be here without you. It's wonderful to have you all here to celebrate with us. So I'll turn the mic back over. There's some housekeeping as far as we're going to have dinner, and then we're going to have some cake cutting and some other things. Then after that, we are dancing.
I think